For this video tutorial, I will be demonstrating how to incorporate reCAPTCHA into a Java Maven Web Application using NetBeans. I have a VM here with Windows 11 installed. I have another video that I created previously that I will include in the description below, where I installed NetBeans version 19, Java Development Kit or JDK version 17, Apache Tomcat version 10, and Jakarta EE version 10. Jakarta used to be J2EE, and then J2EE switched to Java EE, and now it's called Jakarta EE. So there are slight modifications we need to do when using Jakarta EE. So let's get started. So as you can see, I have NetBeans open. And right now we're going to go to the pom.xml file. So we're going to be adding JSON dependencies in the dependencies section. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste those into there. And I'm just going to check and make sure these are the latest version. And that can be done by backspacing, and then you can start pressing the period key, and then it'll start looking it up. Okay, so this is the latest version for that. That's the latest version for that. So, okay, so next we are going to create a Java class, and this can be done by right-clicking the package, which in this case is mycompany.mavenproject1, and then so you're going to right-click it, press New, and if you don't see Java class right here, then you can go to Other, and then you'll go into the Java folder, and here's Java class. So you can just double-click that. So we're going to type in reCAPTCHA verify utils, and then we're going to click Finish. So I'm going to be copying and pasting all the code, so feel free to pause the video so you can type all this stuff out. Okay, so there's a bunch of errors here, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of those by clicking these and say Add Import. So I'll just do that to all of them. If you run into any issues where NetBeans can't find the correct import, then you can manually enter it in the top. So it should look something like here. So I will go ahead and scroll this down so you can, like I say, you could pause this video and then type it all out. And here's the bottom part. Okay, so I am now going to go to the index.js index.jsp file, just right here. And I'm going to be adding a bunch of commands in there. So I added the JavaScript from Google for the API for reCAPTCHA. Next, I will be adding the reCAPTCHA, the actual content. So I'm going to put that above the submit button, like that. And because I created a container for this, I want to center this. So I'm going to go ahead and add some CSS to that. So I'm going to go ahead and press save from this pom.xml file. That way the dependencies show up in the folder. So now we'll see that the JSON and the JSON-API dependencies are there. So now I'm going to open up the welcome servlet.java. And I'm going to go down to the do post section. And we're going to add a couple lines. And create an if statement. And we'll go ahead and stick these 3 lines. Go ahead and cut them, and I'll paste them into here. And then this could be the code to handle any failed reCAPTCHA. Oops. So I'll go ahead and save this. Now we're going to go to google.com/reCAPTCHA. You will have to log into your Google account. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click this version 3 admin console. If you don't have any existing keys, most likely it will bring you here. If you did have any existing keys, then there would be a plus button that you can click to create new keys. So in here, I'm going to just put a test domain.com, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that. This is just a temp domain, so I'm going to copy it so we can put this in our host file. So to do that, we're going to press Windows R and then type in drivers, enter. So it'll open up a file explorer window, and you go into Etsy, and then you'll right click hosts, and because I have Notepad++, I will go ahead and use that to edit it. So I have the domain copied. Now I'm going to paste it right here, and then I will go ahead and remove the comment from this, and then save it. Now it's going to prompt me saying that this needs to do this in administrator mode, so I'm going to say yes. in order to save it. So we'll go ahead and save that. So when we finish adding reCAPTCHA to our project, when you run it, it will fail with a warning about localhost. By doing what we just did, we will be able to enter the domain in place of where it says localhost in the URL bar. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the reCAPTCHA website. And then for here, I'm in the reCAPTCHA type section. I'm going to select challenge v2 and then select I'm not a robot checkbox option. I'll scroll down. I'll go ahead and, since I have the domain copied, I'm going to go ahead and paste. And then I'll expand this Google Cloud Platform. So I put Maven Project 1 because that's just the name of this project. And then I will go ahead and click Submit. So while this is processing, so it says we're still setting up reCAPTCHA enterprise settings in Google Cloud, but you can get started using the key details below. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this site key, and I'm going to go to NetBeans, and I'm going to go to the index.jsp file that we created. Going to paste it where it says put your site key here. And then I'll go back to the reCAPTCHA website. And I'll copy the secret key. And I'll navigate to the reCAPTCHA verifyutils.java file. And where it says enter your secret key here, I'm going to enter that there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click the clean and build project, or that can be done by pressing Shift F11. While that does that, I'm going to go back to the website. And I'm just verifying that this shows as successful. So we can go ahead and close that or minimize that for the time being. Okay, so the build was successful. Now I'm going to run the project. As I said previously, it was going to pop up with a warning because we didn't put localhost as the domain name. So that's how, so what we're going to do to fix that is we're going to go to the Notepad++, and I'm just going to copy this because, because this is just a temporary domain name that I created, and I'm not going to remember this, so I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to, where it says localhost, I'm going to paste that in there and say .com, and then press enter. So it's not, now it's simulating like it's this domain that I created. So now you'll see the I'm not a robot reCAPTCHA. So I'm going to test this out by putting in my name, and then I won't click it. So basically the code, when I submit this, it should just go right back to this. It shouldn't go to and say welcome Grant, because I want to make sure that we click this so that it will say welcome Grant. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, put in my name, click submit, and it goes, welcome grant. And then I can log out. So I can try it again or whatever. So if you are done with the project, you can go back to Notepad++ and comment this out in front of the 127.0.0.1. You could save that. If you made any temp keys, you can remove them from the reCAPTCHA website. So I'm going to be doing that just so we don't have these keys. So that completes this tutorial on how to incorporate reCAPTCHA into your Java Maven Web Application using NetBeans.